always been a supporting member of the Burnt Toast Gang, and I'd like to introduce NCS President Bill Morrison to come up.
Thank you, Adrian. Well, one of the best things about being the president of the National Cartoonist Society, one of the best things is getting invited to this thing here, this Bunny Bash, because this is amazing. And thank you to Bunny. Thank you for inviting me. Yes, it's great to be around so many wonderful cartoonists. Daughters and sons. It's just a great place to be.
And no tuxedos.
Good point. But one of the really great pleasures of holding this office is getting to honor people that really deserve to be honored in our industry. And I've been a fan of Bob Lubbers for a number of years. Being a comic book guy myself, I discovered his comic book work. He started at the age of 18, started drawing comic books for Fiction House, and he drew comics like Captain Wings and Firehair, and you may not have heard of some of these strips, Senorita Rio, but if you look at them, they're iconic strips. They were the state of the art back in the 40s, because when the comic book industry started, a lot of the guys who were doing comic books were the guys that weren't really good enough to do strips. So they were getting work as comic book artists, and the work was not always great. It was a little stiff, a little clunky. Bob was one of the guys who came in and elevated the art of comic books. He really raised the bar. For he and Stan Drake and a lot of the guys that he came up with, they were the guys that really made comic books on the same par with comic strips and the kind of things that you were seeing from Alex Raymond and Milton Caniff and guys like that. Yeah. So I became aware of Bob through comic books, and then later, as you know, I met him at San Diego Comic-Con. He was such a great person to talk to. It's always great when you meet some of your heroes and they turn out to be really cool, decent people. So I started, learning more about Bob and learned about Little Abner and Long Sam and Secret Agent X9 and The Saint and Tarzan and all the amazing strips that he did. Robin Malone, which was his own strip. Just amazing stuff. And if you haven't received one of these little brochure flyers, there's some over here, so please pick one up. And it's illustrated with some of Bob's work. It's got his NCS bio on the back, which is very entertaining. And the fact that Bob has been a cartoonist working not only in comics, but also in newspaper strips. He's worked in advertising. He's worked in animation. He's done it all, and he's not only done it all in terms of different disciplines of the job of cartooning, but he can do it all in terms of serious adventure to slapstick humor. If you've seen his work ghosting Little Abner, it's some of the best funny Bigfoot cartooning you've ever seen in your life. And then you look at his Tarzan strip, and it's some of the best drawn, best drafted adventure illustration that you've ever seen.
I remember.
And so I could go on and on. I could talk about Bob probably for an hour, but the important thing is this man has been in the NCS, I think, since 1950 is when you joined. Is that right, Bob?
Oh, that's about.
Yeah, right around 1950 when you started on Tarzan.
Yeah.
He's been in the NCS for all these years, all these decades. He's done amazing work. He's consistently raised the bar for other cartoonists, including myself. So what a pleasure it is for me to award this award to Bob. And I'm going to read from the flyer here, just to make this official. By unanimous vote of the Board of Directors of the National Cartoonist Society, Bob Lubbers is recognized and applauded for a lifetime of excellence in the field of cartooning and is hereby awarded the Gold Key to the National Cartoonist Society Hall of Fame. This is really heavy, so I'm not going to drop it into Bob's lap.
Hey, Bob, you want to look up? Bob, look up at the...
Look up at the
Daddy?
camera. There we go. Awesome.
So, what it says here is, in recognition of outstanding service and dedication to the National Cartoonist Society, Bob Lubbers, the Gold Key to the National Cartoonist Society Hall of Fame, June 23rd, 2016. Congratulations, Bob.
All right.
And if Bob's son is here, I'm going to hand this off to you. Thank you. You got me. And with that, I will hand it back over to Adrian. Thank you.